tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you. Tearing out, tearing out.
Hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for coming and sharing some time with me. I love and appreciate you all. Not the mosquito trying to eat me 30 seconds in, bruh. All right, so today's video, we are talking about your Clair gifts. I was looking through and I was like, I did a video about spiritual senses, and I realized it was 2 years ago. I'm gonna make sure I link it. It was one of the very first videos I did on my YouTube channel, but I wanted to tie that in, so I'm gonna make sure I link it. But these are also your spiritual senses, but it's your spiritual gifts. It's your way to experience certain phenomena, right? When people are like, what are my gifts? What are my gifts? Normally, it's one or more of the clairs that I'm going to speak of. Now, many people know about Clair, Sentience, and clairvoyancy and things of that nature, but you actually have 7 clairs. I'm just going to touch on them very briefly. Of course, you can't fit everything into a 10-minute video. Excuse me. So, sorry. So, please take the time to dig in and do your own research so you can further understand these gifts, so you can know what yours are. You may have these experiences and not know what they are, and now you can put a name to it. Now you can do a deep dive and figure out how to use them. Okay? So, first gift we're going to talk about, the first Clair, is clairvoyance. All right? So, clairvoyancy, I first recognized in that movie with Tom Cruise. Now I can't remember, but when they had the twins or the triplets in the water, and they would give the visions of the future, and they would like try to stop crime based, before it happened and things of that nature. Clairvoyancy, that is having visions of the past or of the future, and having, being able to dispense that information, whether it's coming to you like a picture, or it's coming to you like a video in your mind, or in your dream, or something of that nature, right? Clairvoyancy, a lot of people experience clairvoyancy and in their dreams especially, and they may not know how to decipher it or know that it's clairvoyancy that's happening, or they're like, man, this is crazy, right? Sometimes they even categorize it as deja vu, right? But clairvoyancy is having the ability to receive images of the past or of the future and then being able to, express that verbally. It's different than remote viewing, because remote viewing, you are, still present here, but clairvoyancy, it's connected, right? You're getting the information through your crown chakra, and it's playing out in your first eye chakra, and then you're able to go ahead and communicate with that, okay? The next Clair is Clearcognizance. So this is you having like clear knowing, like, I know this. I know how this is going to play out. I know how this is going to go. You can lay it out, and you may not have any prior knowledge about the situation or anything that was happening beforehand, but you can go ahead and describe it all out, right? You can lay it all out on the line. That's Claircognizance. Like, I just know, right? You can also look at someone sometimes, and you can just know everything that's happening, right? Clairaudience. So I have clairaudience. This is how I do a lot of my readings. If you ever had a reading with me, you'll sometimes hear me say, okay, they're telling me this, or they're saying this, or do you call yourself this, because I'm hearing this? And they're like, yeah. So clairaudience is hearing things, right? Having that conversation. Sometimes I'm laughing and my husband is like, what the fuck is you laughing at? And I'm like, oh, my spirit team talking to me. They being crazy, right? They being funny, whatever the case may be, right? That's clairaudience. You're hearing things. Sometimes it can come through with ringing of the ears as well. Now, that's not to say, okay, if you have tonsillitis or ringing of the ears, and you work in a gun range, or you work near jets, or you've been in the army, and you're around loud noises, right? That's not to say, oh, dust it off because it's a spiritual being, right? If you have a physical explanation that can cause the balance of your ears to go off, atone to that. But if it's just something that occurs, or if you're hearing voices, if you're hearing sounds, if you're hearing pitches or tones, and no one else is hearing, and it's just for you, that's your clairaudience. For me, my clairaudience did start with ringing of the ears. I would hear loud pitches and frequencies, and it used to happen when I was young a lot too. And I'm like, oh my God, it would cause pain because it was so heightened. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? And then I had to kind of tune it down, realize how to work with it, and get it under control. So now it's like I'm having a conversation in my head, right? The telepathic messages are flowing through. The next Clair gift is clairalience. So this is the ability to smell certain things, right? I tell people all the time, if you're walking, let's say you have an ancestor altar and you walk past and you smell coffee, right? But there's no coffee. No one has coffee in the house, right? That's your ancestors saying, look, shoot us some coffee, all right? Or if you're thinking about a loved one and you smell their favorite perfume or cologne, or they like to smoke cigars and you smell the cigar, or things of that nature, right? That's your clairalience. That's you being able to smell things, and it's no physical evidence here in this realm, right? That is coming from this spiritual sense. They'll give you that sense, or they'll make your smell, your nose, right? They'll have it pick up those sensors so that you can pick up on the spirit, right? Or the energy that's around you, if you will. The next Clair is Clair Quintessence. This is you able to taste things, right? You're not eating, right? Or this is kind of like the clairalience, where you're tasting things. Like, again, you're tasting the coffee and you're like, there's no coffee. Lizard, I swear to God, there's a lizard looking at me, and I swear to God that lizard jumps on me, y'all finna see the goddess lose her shit. Hopefully he stays. Stay, please. But the clairquintessence is tasting things, or being able to taste things without like eating them. So that's not to say you smell a strawberry and you're like, oh my God, I can taste it. Or you walk in the house, someone's cooking, and you're like, oh, I can taste that food already. Not like that. It's, you're just sitting and you just start tasting things. Or again, you're talking about a loved one and you taste their pie, right? Or you taste their favorite dish that they love to cook, right? Things of that nature. That is that Clair gift, right? You haven't consumed anything, nothing is cooking, you're not smelling anything, but you're just tasting it, right? Sometimes people will be like, oh, I have a taste for this, or I have a taste for that, right? That's it kicking in. Tangency, that's number 6. Your Tangency is the ability to touch things, right? This is depicted in one of those crime shows, where you can pick something up, or you can hold an object of a person's, and you can feel it. You can feel that person's emotions, or what they were going through, or what happened while they were using this object or wearing this object. Or if you get in a person's car and you're driving their car and you're like feeling their feelings, you're feeling their emotions, right? Their stamp or their blueprint. Or you borrow someone's clothes and you put it on and you just feel all their energy, right? That is clairtangency, right? Tangency, like it's tangible. You can feel it, you can hold it. It's like, okay, here, I'm I'm picking up all the energy that was stored in this article or this object that belonged to this other person, okay? And then your last Clair gift, Sentience, okay? Something that we all know, being able to receive information, having like a deep feeling in your body, feeling the feelings of others, right? So sometimes people confuse this with being empath, having empathy. So I'm sorry, the lizard jumped, but not on me. He jumped like right near my foot. But clear sentience. So like I have this as well. So I'm trying to see how I can explain it. Okay, so when I'm tapped, when I'm doing my readings, this is usually when I experience it. I can be like, do you get headaches on your right side? And be like, yeah. I'll be like, okay, you're getting headaches on your right side because this and this and this and this, right? I can feel it. Or I remember one time, oh my God, I got so sick. I did a reading, I got so sick. I was throwing up, I was puking. I was just like, oh my God, like what? And they're like, yeah, I had food poisoning or I got sick the day before, and this makes sense. I was like, oh my God, or or if I get heartburn, I'm like, man, my heart is burning. Like there's like a pressure, right? Like I feel a pressure that's building. It travels up. Are you experiencing? They're like, yeah. You're like, I don't feel it in my belly, but I feel it in my chest. I'm like, that's because it's building in your belly and it rises up. Like it's pressure. It's not heat or anything. It's pressure. And they're like, yes, yes, that's exactly what I feel. Like you're able to feel another person's feelings. You're able to experience what it is that this person is experiencing, right? You have that ability to tap in to their to their to their energy. Okay, so some tips on how to control these clairs. Meditation, number one. Meditate, meditate, meditate. You got to know yourself, and meditation is a good way to know yourself. It's a good way to tap in, get in to know yourself, get in the ability to sense your body, right? Like how you can send signals throughout your body. When it's not just when you stub your toe or hit your face or get a mosquito bite that you tune into your body to feel certain things. You have to know yourself. So meditate. Get a daily meditation practice. 5 minutes a day does wonders. Okay. So meditation, number one thing. Two, you can use crystals to help your energy be focused, right? Um, a lot of different crystals: black tourmaline, onyx, lapis lazuli, selenite, lapidolite, angelite, smoky quartz, rose quartz. There's a lot of different crystals out there that you can use and wear and place on different parts of your body to help keep your energy kind of not just protected, but like defensive, right? Also, some of these crystals can absorb some of the energy that comes along with what it is that you're taking on when you're using your clairs. Okay. Number three, grounding. Ground yourself. Learn how to expel and get your body in balance. All right. Number four, taking care of your spiritual senses. So, like I mentioned in the beginning, that video, I'm going to link it, but your spiritual senses, your intuition, your perception, your will, all those things, taking care of those things, again, is in getting in tune with self, but having those in check and caring for them just like you would care for your sight, hearing, tasting, touch, just like you would do for that, you need to do the same for your spiritual body. And the fourth way on how you can control these clairs, harness them, when you recognize what your gift is and you tap in and tune to it, just say to yourself, I am open to receive the divine powers of my clairs. I'm open to receive it. I'm open to receive it. I'm open to receive it. And then you just keep working with them. Just like a muscle. It took time for me to work with my clairaudience and my clairsentience. It took time for me to develop it. It took time for me to be the 5-star angel oracle reader that I am today. Okay? It didn't just happen overnight. So you got to give yourself time. Give yourself patience. All right? So that is all that I have for you today, wealthy family. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming and rocking out with me in this video. Be sure to comment down below if you're aware of your clairs, right? What gifts do you have? Let me know, right? Let me know if you're part of my tribe, if you got something different. When did you tap into it, tune into it, right? You got to own these things. Not be afraid of them. You got to own them because they are a part of you, okay? So until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.